Hey everyone, welcome to section 3 in the final section of the animal nutrition unit where we're going to focus on how to formulate or make our own rations. So we're going to get started by learning how to build a diet. We kind of talked about rations in the last section, but we're going to dive into more detail here and make our own total mixed rations. We're going to talk about Pearson Square, and then in class we're actually going to go ahead and make our own feeds and feed bags. So our learning targets. First, we'll be able to explain the importance of formulating a balanced ration for an animal. Then we'll be able to demonstrate formulation of a ration using the Pearson Square method. Then we'll be able to evaluate a feed bag based on its nutritional and marketing properties. And finally, we'll be able to calculate recommendations for minerals in a ration. So just the purpose of this first video is to kind of review what we talked about in the last section, all about animal nutrition. So the first important definition we need to know is nutrition. Nutrition is processes in which food is taken in and absorbed by the body of an organism so that we can help maintain, grow, work, produce, etc., and repair vital processes within the body. Maintenance requirements are a little bit different, however, because maintenance requirements are just the specific needs of an animal to maintain where it is at and not have any additional growth or reproduction or output, just maintaining where we are at. So on this slide, we have a lot of different terms, and we have the 6 steps to nutrition. Okay, I want you to hit pause and try to remember as much of this information and these definitions without looking at your notes, and we'll kind of reconvene here and talk about the answers here. So why don't you hit pause for me and do this on a scratch sheet of paper. All right, hopefully that gave you enough time to kind of look at what you remember from last time. And we'll go over some of those answers now. Okay, we're going to go to this diagram here in a little bit. I actually have it on the next slide for us to review together. First, we have nutrition. Nutrition, as we defined on the last slide, is when we take in nutrients into our body and it is absorbed for specific uses, whether that be for growth or reproduction or output, etc. Maintenance requirements, on the other hand, are just the specific amount of nutrients that are needed to maintain where we are at without having any additional growth or outputs or reproduction. Nutrients are any chemical or element or compound that is used to help sustain life and what we eat. Okay, a ration is anything that an animal eats within 24 hours or 1 day. A TMR, or a total mixed ration, is something that we use to help balance and make sure that all of the different classes of nutrients are represented and that the animal is healthy. Kind of like at Thanksgiving when we have our turkey and our mashed potatoes and our cranberry sauce and our peas and our pumpkin pie. Like, all of those things are good. Some of us may like certain things more than others, but TMR kind of helps ensure that the animal is getting as much as it can and preventing sorting, which is next. And sorting is naturally just going to happen because animals, just like humans, different livestock, want to sort for the things that they think taste the best, right? Kind of like corn. Like, corn tastes good, but we need more than just corn in our diets, right? So sorting happens when the animal has preference for something in their ration and then sorts for that and leaves the other things out. But TMRs kind of help prevent that to an extent. Concentrates, forages, and roughages. So those are important to know. Concentrates are going to be concentrated in energy, right? But they're going to be lower in fiber. Forages and roughages, however, are going to be high in fiber and lower in energy. Okay. Additives are any non-nutrient item that we add into our feed to help maintain the goals of our production. And the 6 classes of nutrients are water, which is very oftentimes overlooked but very important. Number 2 is carbohydrates, or CHO. 3, we have our fats or lipids. 4th is proteins. 5th is minerals. And 6th is vitamins. So those are the 6 classes of nutrients that are needed. The 6 steps of nutrition. First, we have to ingest something, so put it in our mouth. Masticating is the process of chewing and letting that saliva bind to those food clumps. When we swallow, we start to digest. The digested food is then absorbed into our bloodstream. Then, step 5 is metabolism. So then we are sending out that food or those nutrients to the specific cells or parts of our body to help metabolize or use that food, those nutrients. And then 6th is we release any waste through urine, feces, or potentially even sweat. Then this diagram is something we saw to compare and contrast wet chemistry and NIR. So hopefully you remember the difference between accuracy and precision. Again, accuracy is getting close to that bullseye, and precision is making sure that your data points are close together. So obviously the goal is this lower right-hand target where everything is in bullseye, but that's not oftentimes what we end up getting when we do nutrient analysis. So we need to do a lot of different samples to make sure that we are getting as accurate and precise results as possible. Okay, so that is where we are going to stop for this video segment. Hopefully this was a good review for you from the last video or section, and we are going to continue on doing some math next. So get excited.